Good morning. Welcome to Operation Crypto. A bit of a random stream today, but I usually get up and check out all the market sentiment and see what's going on in terms of news. So I just thought I'd stream it this morning. If anybody wants to jump on and ask any questions, then just fire away in comments. Not too long, but we'll have a good 40 minutes here and just talk some shit basically. So we'll start off with Bitcoin. In general, not much going on, to be honest. I've got two ranges marked up here. So I've got these all-time highs marked up here, around 64, 65k. And then we've got this low level down here where we dropped in February at around 43k. So what I'm looking for is pretty much Bitcoin to go sideways within this area now. I mean, there's always that possibility that we can blast straight through and start pushing up towards that 70, 80k mark. But in general, I still think it's time for alts to do their thing, and I mean, this is what I'm looking at here. I mean, potential sideways action for BTC could happen, but just be wary that we could absolutely blow its top off at any stage. Welcome to everybody in chat. How are we all doing? What do I think about Zilliqa? I think you should just buy it, hold it long term, and you'll be absolutely laughing. But yeah, BTC, I'm not going to do much price analysis on that. I think it's just, we want it to be boring now. We want BTC just to range bound and then all alts can do their thing. What I'm mainly interested in is this Ethereum BTC. We've been on quite a good run. If you take it from pretty much towards the end of March, from these rises, we're already up 114%, and we're still massively undervalued in terms of Satoshis if you have a zoom right out and see how much room we've got to grow. I mean, that's the all-time highs of Ethereum against Bitcoin back in June 2017. I'm not saying we're going to get up there, but there's a high chance that the Satoshi pairs across multiple assets will be broken at some stage. We know that Ethereum, Zilliqa, some of the other big ones, they've all got a long way to travel before the all-time highs in terms of BTC are hit. So I still think we're massively undervalued and we've still got a lot of parabolic growth yet. Check out Munch token. Tell you what, with some random token names coming out now. Has anyone seen that Pube? I need to find that actually. What's it stand for, Pube now? Made me laugh the other day. There's some fucking names out there now. That's it. Proudly unwashed balls empire. What a load of bollocks. Literally. Who buys stuff like that? If you own any Pube, let me know. Alright, from down under. It's morning here. What is it there? About afternoon sometime. Great Barrier Reef. Yeah, Feta's pumping. I just did a video on Feta this morning for learning crypto. I think it's looking good. Vida. I'm not looking at any tokens to do with pussy or pubes. We'll have a look at a few sausage. Probably is one called Wen Lambo. Alt safe moon crew here. Beer in crypto, that's what it should be. I think it's a bit too early for beer, to be honest, mate. But you know me, I'd have a beer anytime. So let's just have a look at a few assets. We'll have a look at Zilliqa. I know a few people mentioned Zill. And let's go and see what's going on here. I'll have a look at Cointelegraph soon and see if there's any news what's going on. So we'll get rid of all that shite. So Zilliqa, 4 hour time frame's looking okay. I mean, that was the all-time highs there. We did break the all-time highs, didn't we? So we pushed right through it. So that was the all-time highs back at 25.5 cent. We pushed up to 25.6, not too much. So rejected off that same area. And a little bit of a retracement here. But in general, things are still looking good. We managed to maintain this level up above that 20 cent region. I can't believe we actually dropped down to 11 cent back then. I did a video earlier on and I've seen a lot of alts drop to fair odd chunk, but that dropped 54%. Vechain did the same. Feta did the same. A lot of projects did that 50% retracement and now pushing on. I do think that this weekend, pushing into next week, we should really start to... I don't have coffee, mate. What can I drink? Whiskey. Drink some whiskey, buddy. I do think we're going to start to really push on soon. The markets in general are looking quite good. So looking at this move here, I mean, you would expect that if you're looking for some buys on Zilliqa, you could be targeting this 50% area. All these wicks that we've had down below the 50% have failed to close below that level. So that does show that's a nice level of support. So if you're looking for some buys, I think 22.3 cent. Probably a nice area to pick some up, maybe even lower, maybe down to that 618 golden ratio. You might get a wick down to there at 21.6 if you're lucky. But I think hopefully you are all already holding some Zilliqa. I remember getting Zilliqa, I think mine were at 1.8 cents, so it's fucking massively up now. We're having a little bit of a bearish phase on this 4-hour time frame. Look at that, we've had that crossover on the moving averages, and the histogram is in bearish territory, so you could expect that you might get some orders filled down there. We are slightly trending down on the 4-hour time frame, so potentially pick some orders up down within this region here before we do start to push on and create some new all-time highs. Looking at TPs, you've got 27.3 and 29.6, and I think 30 cent is the first major area to break. I think once we do break that, then we can do some further price analysis and have a look at some other high levels. We'll have a look at the Ersdl, won't it? I wonder if anyone's still holding it from fucking Flap City the other day. Could you suggest some crypto tools and research, read and educate ourselves? The best thing is CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. Go on there, and then, I mean, in terms of researching projects, that is probably the best one. If you're looking for education and trading, and this is a place to go. There's a 4-hour free course on there you can check out, and then if you look on this is on my website, sorry, on my portal. Paid courses obviously, but there's an intro which is that's a free one. You can do understanding cryptocurrency basics there, a trading course, advanced trading course. You can even buy them all in a big package, so check out Learning Crypto. You'll find a link for it in pinned comment in the description. So just going back to Zilliqa, just have a look at a BTC pair too. I'm not too sure what's going on here, a bit of a fucking mess. Let's look at a daily time frame. Give it all that. So Zilliqa and BTC is looking okay, still pushing up. I think we've still got a fair old way to go in terms of all-time highs. If you zoom right out, look at that. Massively undervalued in the BTC pairing. We've been all the way up to 2,513 Satoshi. So if you look at that in terms of a price raise from this current body, you still got 500% to make up on Zilliqa. So that does show you how undervalued Zilliqa is. And that's what I said at the beginning of the video. You look at the older assets which have been around 3-4 years, which hit those highs in Satoshis, still got upwards of 200% to make. So all you have to do in this market, you don't have to worry about trading. All you have to do is spot buy and hold, and you will make some good money. What do you think of GE Chaincoin? Never heard of it, Ricky. You think there are any good alts to buy at a minute? So all these ones in my watch area, so Zilliqa, Vechain, Polkadot. I think Polkadot's still not done a major run. If you're looking for some low caps, take a look at Plutus. That's massively undervalued. I think it's only about $16 million. We've got a card which you can use to get cash back on. If you look at RSR, that's massively undervalued. Even though it looks like we've done some growth, it's a new project. What else? The Graph GRT, that's undervalued. Everything's undervalued. Look at if you're looking for a mega low cap, then have a look at Avido. That's a coin that targets the event industry. Not the best chart on here, to be honest. It's been sold into quite a bit, but there's plenty of assets out there you can take a look at. I'll look at Vechain in a second too. I've looked at Labs, absolute gem, partner with Engine DuckDAO. Alright, pal, how we doing, Dan? Do you use trading bots? No, I don't. I don't do much trading, to be honest. Just solely due to lack of time, because I work as well as doing crypto, so. What's that coin is in there? Feta. Let's have a look at Feta. Oh, Feta fucking cheese. Yeah, it's breaking up there. I just did some price analysis for learning crypto on Feta, and I was looking at some buys within this region if the market does allow on the bigger time frames. But if you drop into a 4 hour, yeah, it's doing well at the minute. It's a nice 4 hourly candle. That just needs to close above this region here. Even a closure above here would be nice. If you look at that last wick there, done quite a bit of trading with around this area. I think so. A closure above this will send us back up towards them all-time highs up at 1592. If you're looking for some buys before we do start to push up, I mean, you've got to look at that 382 level at 1190 could be a nice level to potentially buy. I think anything under those all-time highs is a decent buy because it's a solid project. Why is Chiliz struggling to get wings? It's just had a major period of growth, and profit taking will happen. And then when people start selling, when people start to shit their pants and then sell, and it's just that same old cycle. If you like what a project's doing, just buy and hold. Morning, Stuart. How you doing, buddy? I know you got wrecked out. What happened, mate? Yeah, Reef's on the charge again. Nothing too much yet, really, though. Look at that, it's just consolidating, really. It's within this. I said this about a couple of weeks ago. It just looks like it's consolidating. It looks like it's going to break out, and then it just drops back down. You could say we're just pretty much range bound within this area. I think people are buying up the lows. This is some support down here, which we've only tapped once at 24 cent. It will never go any lower than that, I don't think, unless we get a major market shakeout. But I think this is just a prime accumulation period. I think there's a lot of people bullish on it. And I think that everything's just getting bought up that drops within around this region. But yeah, it's looking good. Not too major at a minute. But yeah. More than likely, Peter, Tenset's probably just getting sold into quite a bit. There's a lot of big wallets on Tenset. I'll tell you what, who told me to look at Ramp, actually. I'll just have a quick look at that. This is still set up. This setup I've still got is valid from last time. If you're looking for buys, I think that level at 382 at 57 cent is your buy zone. We've already wicked down into that twice. Just hovering above it, so I think that could be a good area there. But if you look at Tenset, not much going on here, to be honest. I think it's a new asset, isn't it? What are we at, 256? They've got a new exchange. I think they've got 3 new exchanges coming, top tier, over the next few months. So yeah, just monitor that price. I think they're starting to invest a lot of funds. I think they've got 32 Ethereum nodes, which is massive. I think they've got $1 million locked in buying on savings. You only can get this on Uniswap a minute, so it's pretty much pointless putting a fib on. But we've bounced off this 618 level a few times. So if you're looking for buys, maybe wait for it to drop down to 213, or even at this level at 382 at 234. crypto world. I think you mentioned look at Lusco about 40 times, mate. Where's RSL on here? I can't find it. There we go. Not much been going on with RSL really, and even in terms of news, I've not really heard much come up on my radar. I'm still bullish on it. It's going to be a solid long-term project, but I just feel like, what would you say, news and updates have just dropped to a minimum recently. But I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? You got to be patient with stuff like this. Could say we've got a potential breakout coming, but who knows? If you're looking for some buys, I think not much going on really. This looks like it's a bottom here. We've had a lot of wicks within this region. If you look here, no closures within that range since pretty much last month at some stage. So I think that's some nice support down there around 6 to 7 cent. You might get some orders filled, but if this acts as support here, this might be your buy region around 7.8 cent and within around that region. So let's have a look at some news, have a look what's going on in markets. So have a look on Cointelegraph. Cardano breaks out versus Bitcoin, does it? Shall we have a look? Yeah, it's broke out that upwards ascending triangle. It's quite a big breakout, to be honest. Have I got the USDT pairs on there? Yeah, it's had a good breakout there as well. So that's looking good. First target I've got over there, $2. It looks like it's coming back to test this area here, sort of 157. It's tested it, popped back up, so that's looking okay. Yeah. For once, a Cointelegraph article is correct. What's it saying on this? The current alt season has produced serious returns but remains subdued when viewed in BTC terms. Yeah, I would have said that towards the beginning of the video. If you look at most altcoins that was around in 2017-18 and you look at the BTC pairings, are massively undervalued. We looked at Zilliqa, that's 500% down. If you look at Ethereum BTC, that's about 200% down. So there's a lot of room to grow yet. Alt season 2.0. What else we got going on? Iran banning crypto. A lot of countries in that Middle Eastern area starting to ban crypto. I know there's been a bit of news recently about Turkey potentially banning stuff, but I didn't read into that too much. I think India bans crypto every week and then reinstates it. So look at this Doge news, see what's going on here. Something going on with Dogecoin recently, man. Saturday Night Live. Yeah, I can get fucked. Not much in terms of news really, so nothing major. Oh, there you go. There you go. Turkish government to track crypto transactions over $1,200. I think eventually most governments will be tracking crypto. It's on its same as tracking your wages like we do, tracking your banks. I think potentially won't be able to check stuff like your MetaMask because, I mean, who's ever going to find any details like that? But so it's going to be mainly crypto exchanges, probably Binance and the bigger ones, Coinbase, Binance, OKX. Turkish Ministry of Treasury and Finance announced a new policy on a CNN Turkish broadcast. I think that's it in terms of news, not much going on really. I've seen that recently. Ethereum Classic's been absolutely flying, and I'm sure there's absolutely nothing running. That's just another fork, and it's crap. I saw that bloody Bitlord trying to, said he did a video on his Twitter saying he was trying to short it, and every time he got shorted, he was just getting liquidated. Yeah, not much going on there. So let's just go back to some price analysis, see what's going on. Somebody mentioned Chiliz earlier on. As you can see, we did hit those highs up here at 94 cent. Did quite a big retracement. In terms of drops, we did a 65% drop, which is savage. I've already got his levels marked up. I did some price analysis the other day, and I said, like, this 382 level is your buy zone at 50 cent. And then even at 47 cent, look at that 50% fib. It actually stood up very well and acted as support there, so you might get some orders filled at 47 cent as well. What about Vechain? I did a price video on Vechain last night. If you go and check on my own page on YouTube, you'll find some there. Dodgy is very dodgy. I'm not going to turn my nose up at people making money on it, but it's not a real asset, is it? I mean, you could argue the fact that it is probably one of the most decentralized assets out there, but just the fact that it's a proof of work asset, and I think it's something like 14 million new coins are minted every single day, so that supply is just going to keep growing and growing, and a lot of people don't understand that. In terms of Vechain here though, if you're looking at a MACD, it looks like we're just about to get a crossover on the moving averages, and it looks like we are running out of steam on the bearish phase, so potential tick to the upside coming very soon, and that to me shows that we've got potential growth incoming. You're looking at buys there, I think it sets them at 22 cent there, but if you're looking at some price targets, we've got 32 cent, 37 cent, got some major targets. This is my price prediction here for Vechain at 82 cent towards the end of this bull run. I think that will happen. But we just need to monitor that. It's a nice key level on that 4.618 level, so let's just monitor that. I've been out of a loop. Why is ETH Classic pumping? Absolutely no idea. I'm sure that I was looking into Ethereum Classic about 3 years ago, and I'm sure it was a dead project and we're just fluctuating for no reason, but some random people will just be fucking pumping it to try and draw people in. Looking to buy Swissborg. I think I've got CHSB chart on here. I do recommend, if anyone wants to stack Satoshis for free, then use Swissborg. How much is it currently valued? 136. Looks like we're coming to a bit of an end of a bullish phase here with a potential crossover coming on moving averages. Let's just drop to a 4 hour. Looks like we have rolled over on that entire move. Been close to that 618 level. I think if you're looking for buys, I think anywhere within these two regions, so you're looking at 123 all the way up to 131, I think that would be good levels, because if you look at that entire move, I mean, you could even take it right from the bottom. We've bounced off at 50%, that's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, we've bounced off this 50% fib quite a few times, so I think that is a potential area to place some orders at 126. We've failed to close any daily candles or 4 hour candles below this region. So in general, I think that's looking quite bullish, and that could be the bottom there. If you are looking to get Swissborg as well, you need a minimum of 2,000 to be part of their community premium. With that, you do get extra yield. Have you took any profit into BTC yet? No, I've not. I don't plan on doing it yet. I will be at some stage. still think we've got a fair way to go. We're actually bouncing back up. I reckon we'll come and test this level at 46% on the dominance before we do start to head lower again. But I still think we've got a long way to travel. I mean, a few months ago, I was thinking, not a fucking chance we'll come down to this level at 35%, but the more I'm watching this, the more I'm seeing the bigger potential drop, because altcoins, there's some solid in reality, there's some projects out there which are far superior to BTC. BTC is actually quite boring and the tech behind it isn't that strong, whereas if you look at some of our assets like Zilliqa or Vechain, they've got a lot going for them. They can use that their blockchains in scalability situations where Bitcoin's not that scalable, to be honest. I mean, the transactions are slow, but it's not that cheap, so there's a lot better out there, but I'm still waiting. I mean, in terms of taking profit, I'm going to be looking sub 40%, but hopefully we get a big breakout soon. Robinhood is pushing ETH Classic. Well, that wouldn't surprise me. Okay, so a lot of alts have done that 50%. I've mentioned it a few times. So many alts have done that 50% retracement now, and they're really starting to push on. I think that is definitely the bottom. I think we will start pushing on soon. Let's have a look at it in terms of a fib retracement. Come down to that 786 level, nearly on that move. So yeah, things are looking good. I think that was a bottom. If you're looking for buys, you've got to drop down to 4 hour. We've popped up. You can see that 382 levels acted as support quite a bit. But if you're looking for buys, I'd still target this area to buy at 391. I can't see it dropping down to that level at 349, but the golden ratio does happen a lot, and we've not hit that on this move, or we've not hit the 38% retracement yet from the top, so potentially you could get some orders filled there. Can you analyse what is the right time to buy Doge? Never. Unless you know what you're doing, and you're happily going to take profit quickly, I wouldn't recommend it to anybody, to be honest. Pro. This were dead for fucking ages. I mean, they just bang, pop straight up, look out for a wick up. Quite a big retracement on the card zero. So look at the daily time frame. We bounced off this 786 level absolutely perfectly. So I think that, to me, shows that that is a bottom of a move. I mean, if you're looking for buys, you still might get some filled down there at 0.01. I think that's a level to buy. But yeah, I think that's bottomed out on that 786 level. I can't see it going any lower than that. You might get some orders filled on that line at 0.010. But yeah, that's probably area to buy. Quite a savage dip that one, on the Ersdl, on Federal. A lot of flapping going on. A lot of people weren't happy because they didn't get 1000% straight away, when in reality, shit happens, doesn't it? I mean, I think I've not even looked at. I'm staking Ersdl. I've not looked at it for a couple of days since I started it. no idea what percentage is, but it did a big retracement. Everybody, well, I say everybody, quite a lot of people got out of it. It is what it is, isn't it? It's still a new project. I wouldn't worry about it, to be honest. I think that's probably the lowest you're going to get it. It's still dropping now. I think it's still only on... Is it still only on Uniswap? $0.90 still where we're trading. I'm sure it's only on Uniswap. Yeah. Oh, it's on Bitmart as well, isn't it? Bitmart and Bilexi. Only tradable against ETH. Let's have a look on 4 hour. That looks absolutely savage. Yeah. I'd just buy anything with an army's 8. I think anything under $1, knowing the fact that it's been up to 174 recently, would be an absolute solid buy. So yeah, I'm not even going to analyse that, to be honest. I'd just buy anything under $1. What's your highest target for this bull run? Many are targeting $1 plus. Do you think it's achievable? I'm targeting 81 cent, I think it is, for Vechain. Look at this on the daily. I've got a Fibonacci extension right up here. So I've just marked that level up. I think 82 cent is my target for this run. Still a long way off yet. It might even blow it out of expectations, but that's 259% from here. You never know. It's a nice 618 fib level, so fingers crossed we do push up to her. I'll be happy at 50 cent though, to be honest. Managed to get mine at about 1.7 cent or something like that. I've already had a look at Feta, mate. That's good to hear, Reef. That's the thing, just take it easy. Don't bloody using leverage and whacking everything on. Just take it steady. My thoughts on Reef Finance. Not much thoughts really. I mean, I bought it when we had all the hype about Reef Finance. I think I sold about half of it last month to buy some more Ersdl. But yeah, I'm still holding a bit. I've not looked at it, to be honest. I'm actually holding a few too many more assets than I would actually hold in general. I only recommend you hold 6 to 7 assets, but I think I'm holding about fucking 20 at minutes. Got a bit over the top. There's that many assets I'm bullish about. I've been buying too many, really. Yeah, Reef's looking good, but I'll only start getting excited about Reef when we start pushing up above this 4.8 cent region. To me, it's still within this consolidation zone. If you look at this, we've been down to this level, pumped up to this region a few times. We've pumped up a few times, and I mean, we've rejected off 5.8 cent in the past. That's the all-time high. So, in general, I still think there's nothing much major going on. I've had a look at Tenset, Stevie. Somalia, I'm not looking at Munch, mate. Which is the best app for buy? Please recommend me. If you're looking to buy crypto, I recommend Binance. It's got most assets available. Alright, Steve, we'll bang it back on for you, mate. $10 dollar. I was looking at this 382 range, and it's hard. You can't place any orders, can you? Because it's only on Uniswap at the minute. So if you're waiting, you can't really set limit orders. So you just have to monitor price and wait for it to come down to his regions. But I think if you're looking at his 382 level at 234, and then we've got 213 down here, which we have traded off. We bounced off that 382 level, so that was that 618 bounce. Pop back up. So if you're looking for buys, I'd still target this 382 level around here. Anyway, 2 minutes and I've got to go because I'm out for the weekend. Let's cover one more project. So let's just have a look on here. I'll have a look at Polkadot to finish off with. Not much in terms of news, not much in terms of action recently for Polkadot. You could say it's been in a consolidation period within around this range. We're starting to push up now from lows at $26. I think if you manage to get in at $26 and happy days. But if you're looking for some buys on this asset within this latest move here, would pretty much target around anywhere at sub $40. I think is a nice buy. So if you're looking for buys, anywhere from $37 up to $39. Not a heavy one, mate. I'm off to St. Ives for a weekend. Well, for a week. Right, thanks everybody for tuning in this morning. Just a bit of a random stream. I'm going to try and do a few more of these in the morning just to run over some market analysis and have a look at any news. So thanks everybody for tuning in.